Hi everyone, I'm Tash. I'm in second year studying history and I'm running for JCSU Secretary. So in the role of Secretary, I'd really like to increase participation in the OGMs and AGMs because I think it's quite sad how poorly attended they are, like the one last night, that there weren't many people other than the JCSU committee, which was a real shame. So I'd like to make sort of a handbook guiding people, especially freshers, as to how the meetings operate, how they can get involved, sort of guidelines as to how you can go about submitting a motion and what the procedure is to submit a motion when you're proposing it in the actual meeting, so that people feel like it's a bit of a less intimidating process. And I'd also increase participation through making sure the pizza lasts for the whole time, because by the time I arrived yesterday there was no pizza left, which was really sad. And I'd obviously keep detailed minutes of what happens in these meetings and publicise them extensively to sort of increase transparency in the work of the JCSU, make sure everyone knows what's going on, and create avenues of feedback for those minutes so that everyone can sort of have a say in what's going on there. In terms of experience, I've been captain of the lacrosse team for the last term, and that's given me a lot of experience in organising and sort of communicating with the JCSU from the clubs and societies perspective, and also communicating at all levels of college. I don't know if you saw my desperate post today about the missing lacrosse goal, but I've had to speak to the porters, the head gardener, the domestic bursar, sort of everyone about this issue, so I sort of know how to communicate with college in order to get stuff done, and that's something I'd also bring to the role of secretary. So yeah, please vote for me and not Ron.
Max can't be here tonight, but he wanted to ask, a large part of the secretary's role is to encourage the rest of the student body, for instance in terms of publicising and circulating documents relating to OGMs and AGMs. How would you try to keep the student body engaged in these activities?
So I think one of the things that maybe puts people off going to the OGMs and AGMs is the length that they sometimes run on for. So I would work with whoever's chairing the meeting, whether that be myself or someone else, to really ensure that all discussion on any given motion is productive, and that it's not just the same people making the same points over and over again, which it sort of can sometimes fall into, and it gets quite repetitive and boring. So I think by sort of cutting that down and making sure everyone still gets their input, but it doesn't get boring, more people would be inclined to go to the meetings and participate in that way.
And does anyone have a question for the secretary? Matthew?
So I think what I've noticed from being on the inside as such is that the secretary is a role that people see at OGMs and AGMs, but don't see the huge amount of work that goes in behind the scenes in supporting the whole JCSU in the work that they do. So what skills do you bring as a candidate for secretary, which you think will help you in working with a committee of 17 people to bring the best outcomes for the student members of college?
I'd like to think I'm quite an approachable person, so other members of the committee would feel happy going to me if, for example, they wanted me to help write minutes for a meeting that they're running or anything like that, sort of send emails on their behalf, do any kind of organisation. I hope they'd feel comfortable coming to me with that request. And also I think I've got the organisational skills that would allow me to sort of balance my time and make sure I can get everything done.